Alright, welcome back. Apologies for the no mic stream yesterday. I was just pretty busy outside of the game in the house, and I really didn't feel like having the energy to talk, so I just kind of streamed a little and got some stuff done. I also don't feel that great, so talking has been kind of not a mood. I really want to be nonverbal lately and have been pretty nonverbal lately, but I can't really do so for streaming as much, and I can't really do so like in real life as much when I'm around other people. At least I do when I'm home alone with the dog, but I can't really do it around other people as much, which is burning me out really bad. So yeah, that's why yesterday was a no mic stream, but I'm back today and I'm going to stream with Mike, and there's probably going to be whining in the background since Nixie's been pretty whiny today. She's a little uneasy because there's been a lot of noise going on from the neighbors and stuff. Our annual inspection is coming up tomorrow for all of our apartments in the building, so everyone's like on super heavy duty clean the whole apartment mode, and so we can hear like vacuums running through the walls and stuff, and like a bunch of thunking from people moving things around and cleaning and all that, and she's getting really uneasy. She thought there was someone upstairs. I had to let her inspect the whole upstairs to tell her that there was in fact no one upstairs that she had to be worried about. And then she finally stopped barking and growling, but now she's just kind of whiny and uneasy. I did do some playtime with her and some training, so she should be pretty tired out and kind of settle eventually. It just takes her a while, and she kind of goes through phases of when she gets up and starts getting whiny, and then she'll lay back down for a while over and over again. Yeah, I'm talking about you. But she did training and playtime and running around with me for a good 20 minutes before I started streaming, so she should be pretty tired out. She's just kind of uneasy. I also gave her an ice cube to help cool her down a little since she was panting pretty bad and she wouldn't drink much water, so I gave her an ice cube so she has some water and some cooling off, which she was so happy about. Nixie, please don't look out the window through the blinds. Hey, puppy dog, come here. You're not gonna look out the window. No, because you're gonna sit there and bark out the window, honey. Come here. Also, we hit 36 followers. Thank you guys so much. I don't remember when we hit 36 followers. It looks like the last two were both on the same day, so I probably just didn't notice it when I was streaming or whatever. Hey, baby girl, what are you doing? Come up and lay down. Come up and lay down. She also keeps asking to go out early instead of on schedule, which is why she's a little whiny and pacing, but she already has done so, and she's needs to stay on schedule, and she's been fine staying on schedule. She did so yesterday, so she's fine. She's just trying to be a little bit antsy because she can tell something's different. Tomorrow's going to be a handful, and she's going to be very antsy because we're going to try to go on adventures, her and I, since tomorrow is house inspections, and I really don't feel like having a very reactive barking dog in the house while strangers come in the house, because they bring like the building manager and then the maintenance people and all that to run the inspections. And there's nothing wrong with our apartments, so I'm sure the inspections will go fine. So, and both Lucy, our cat, and Togo, the ferret, can stay home alone fine. So I'm going to just pack up Nixie and head out and try to find something to do for a while with her so that I can keep her a little occupied and calm instead of being in the house stressing the hell out about people being in the house. Hopefully, that's the theory at least. It's whether it actually works out or not, I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm just gonna take her a few places and then probably end up at my dad's with her since she likes to run around there and she's pretty comfortable there, so end up over there and get her to eat her food and then run around for a while and all that, because I know I probably won't get her to eat her food while we're out and about. So yeah, we'll have to leave pretty early in the morning or morning-ish and then stay out until probably after my partner gets home from work, since I don't know when they'll be coming. They kind of just give us a 48-hour notice that they're doing inspections between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. since they go through and do all the apartments in the building at once, so they like take a while to get to your apartment depending on where they start. So I'm probably going to leave around 11, 12, since I'm sure they probably won't get around to our side of the building until around that time or later anyways. They usually start on the other side of the building. But then that gives me time to get out of the way before she starts catching on and barking at things because of the changes in people around. So then we'll find something to do. I'll probably take her to like a park or to maybe to Goshen Ocean which is just a big lake with a few trails and stuff, like trails or a park or something to explore and stuff. Oh shoot, I forgot she recognizes the P word. To run around and check out some trails and stuff, and then we'll just go to my dad's for a while, so she can either be warm inside the house or run around out back or out front at my dad's to her heart's content and chill out. So it's gonna be a bit of an experience. It's been a while. Well, actually, it's been never that her and I have been out for a whole day on our own, and it's been a while since her and I have been out together on our own, besides like very quick trips. Like the last time we did was this past weekend on Saturday. We went to my dad's, but that's a fairly quick trip and she knows where we're going, so she's fairly behaved about it. And it was just one stop, not multiple stops. And then when we went on another trip where we took multiple stops and stuff was like a few weeks ago, and that was a mess of a trip. So she's getting better though. She actually didn't even bark at a neighbor a couple houses down that she almost always barks at today, and he walked a lot closer than normal too, so it was like a double whammy of normally it's someone she would bark at and they're closer to her than normal, so she normally would go nuts, but she just kind of did a few little barks. But she loves the snow. She goes nuts about it. We have some snow outside right now. It snowed a little bit more last night, but it's just a couple inches here and there. And she just goes out there and races around in it, and also sits there and dives her whole nose into it and eats it and all that. So yeah, she's figuring it out. She likes it. She hasn't seen snow since she was little, so she's quite happy about that development. Lou is just grumpy as always. Lou is getting fixed next week, so that's going to be interesting. I also just had to finish all of my Christmas shopping last minute, because I've been asking my partner to sit with me and do Christmas shopping for the last, 2 weeks, and he has not done so. And he ignores it every time I ask him to, so I finally was like, we literally have no time. We need to do Christmas shopping, because the only way we're gonna get anything online here is if we use Amazon Prime, and even that's not guaranteed on everything. It's only certain things that'll come in on time. And on top of that, I'm the only one that has Amazon Prime, so either he has to find a way to get things here on time without using Prime, or I'm going to know about my own Christmas presents, which is like, alright, fair. But anyways, so I was trying to figure it out, because we had to figure out the pet stuff, and we had to figure out some stuff for his friend that he was budgeting for, and then I had to figure out the stuff for my family and all that. So I was like, we need to figure this out, we need to sit down and figure this out, and we still haven't. And then yesterday I was like, we literally have no time, we need to do it now. So we did it a little before I went to visit my friend. And then yeah, that was interesting. That was I ended up, it literally would have been more useful if I just did it on my own, to be honest. I should have just done it on my own before then, because I was trying to have him participate and help me pick out stuff for the pets, because I was really excited, because I absolutely love spoiling my animals. They're my children, or the closest equivalent to children that I have, so I'm going to spoil them. So I really love that idea, especially since it's Nixie's first birthday, so I want to make it extra special, because Christmas Day is her birthday, and she's turning 1. I want to make it special. She's my kid. So I was so excited, and we set aside $200 for all 3 pets, which is plenty and then some, and I was so excited to do everything, and I was ordering all this stuff and getting all excited and trying to show him stuff, and he just kind of ignored it the whole time. So I ended up picking it all out anyways. I got a new dog bed for Nixie, I got a cat post for Lou, I got some different treats and stuff, I got some food toppers, I got a little security camera, since I gotta try to get Nixie to be home alone more often here and there, and so I'll need that to keep an eye on her and make sure she's safe. I got a couple toys, some random stuff like that. I got a pet drinking fountain, because I think the both of them would like it, and all that sort of just random miscellaneous stuff. It's a ton of stuff too. I only got a couple things for Togo, or one thing for Togo, because he currently only likes one type of treats, which I already have, so I'll give him some of them on Christmas. And he doesn't need more beds, since I still have at least 6 of them, and he's only one ferret, so they rotate pretty easily. And then he doesn't need more food. We just got him more food. He doesn't need more litter. So what I did was get another one of and he doesn't play with toys. As much as they market a bunch of cat type toys to ferrets, he's one of the ferrets that really doesn't play with those things. He'd rather just steal my stuff than actually play with a toy, and he's never really had any interest in any toys or cat toys or anything, so I just didn't bother. But I did get him one of the little tunnels that he likes, because he quite likes those, so I got him one of those. And I'm also gonna have to get like a cat bed, a small cat bed that's cheap, separately for Lou for before Christmas, so that when we have her separated into the bathroom after she has her surgery for getting spayed, she'll have somewhere comfy to curl up so that she's nice and relaxed and feels better. So hopefully I can find something cheap of that. And then I got some stuff for my mom, and I got something for my friend, even though he insisted I don't have to, and he's probably not getting me Christmas presents. I still want to get him things. I just like gift giving. I love buying things for people when I can, and I absolutely adore gift giving, so I was so excited about it. And then I bought a bunch of stuff for my partner, even though he updated me, still hasn't even spent half of the budget for me yet. And then I got some stuff for my little brothers, because I haven't been able to get them presents for a couple years, and I miss getting them presents. And this time they're actually like kind of easy to do this year. Last few years it's been so difficult to find something they like. This year they're kind of easy to figure out, so I did get them a couple things. I got something for my mom's boyfriend. And yeah, I think that's everyone that I got stuff for. And then I ran out of budget because I ran out of money because I had to use all of the budget that I had allocated for all of that, and also my own money that I had very little of to also get the extra stuff that I got. So it's like, it's a mess. I want to buy more things and I can't. I just like giving gifts. There's a couple things outside of the bought stuff that I'm doing. Like, I'm going to gift my mom 1 or 2 snow globes because she absolutely adores glass snow globes, and I have a bunch of them, and I don't really need all of them, nor do I really keep up with all of them, so I want to see if I can repair one of them that I think she'd like that's a little broken. And then, like, the glass itself isn't broken, but it's one of the ones that has the little turn pieces on the bottom that turns with the music box, because they're all also music boxes, and that got a little jammed and messed up, so I've got to pull it apart and see if I can fix it. And then there's another one that I know she'd like I think she'd like that I was going to gift to her. And then, there was something I was going to make for my dad, because a couple years ago I made him I'm like casually saying Christmas presents. I'm glad neither of my parents watch my streams. But I was going to give, a couple years ago when I had a last minute idea for Christmas presents and hadn't had any money to buy things, I made my dad a jewelry organizer for because he has a bunch of piercings, and he uses a bunch of different size jewelry and stuff, so he has a bunch of different size jewelry for piercings that's kicking around, and he never has them organized, so I made him like a homemade one that was a little square, and I made it with popsicle sticks and stuff and painted it, popsicle sticks and hot glue, and painted it. And I made him a tiny square one, and it had like the different sections, and I labeled each section with the sizes, which, I mean, he loves it and he uses it, but I realized when he was adding stuff into it and when I was helping him organize stuff to put into it, it was too small of spaces for most things, for one, and for two, it was kind of like there were gaps here and there that were letting jewelry through, so they'd kind of shift back and forth and stuff, and they weren't exactly staying where they're supposed to be. But since I still have quite a bit of popsicle sticks and some added like wood slats and stuff, I'm going to try to make him a better version of one for this year, so that he has a better version, so that it's not as messy, and actually put a little bit more time and effort into it, since last time I kind of rushed it since I was like really close to late on it. And I'll make it a better color, because I'm pretty sure I painted it like purple, and he doesn't really, I think I painted it black, and he really likes like dark cherry red, so I think I'm going to buy like a cheap thing of paint and do like a dark red of it. And then make it just a little bit better quality, a little bit more effort put into it. I mean, he's used to it. One year I had no idea what to do for him, and I literally just took like a canvas and splatter painted it a little, and then like painted Merry Christmas Dad and the year on it. Because I couldn't think of anything else to do, and I was so late on it. He like looked at me and knew that this was such a last minute idea, but he still has it in his room, and he still like genuinely cares about it, so I mean, I sort of won. I wanted to do something cool for my parents this year and do like photo album based stuff, since I'm an adult now, and both of them are kind of all like teary-eyed about it and missing me as a kid and all that. I wanted to like do photo album type stuff where I took a bunch of through the years photos and kind of compiled them into a scrapbook style photo album with some added notes and stuff, and kind of made it like a really sweet present for them. But now that I'm running out of time, I don't think I'd have the time to collect everything to do it, so it'll probably end up being like a Mother's or Father's Day gift, I'm thinking, at some point, which makes more sense since it's kind of specific to them being my parent. So And my mom will literally cry over it, and I don't feel like making her full on cry over on Christmas. So I'll do that like another day, another holiday, or just because or something. It'll take me a while to dig up old photos too, so I'll have to like dig up old photos from them, since they're the ones that usually keep that old of photos, since I didn't have phone and stuff back then. So yeah, I'll have to dig up old photos, which will take some time, and figure that out for a just cause holiday, or just like a holiday. But yeah, eventually I'll figure that out. So that's what I got. Like, I got most of it figured out. There's a couple things I have to grab in person, and we still have to go in person to go get like stocking stuff, because neither of even though I really had some good ideas to do for stocking for him, he didn't really want to do individual stockings. So what we did is just have a budget to buy a bunch of stuff, and we'll split it across both stockings, which I mean is kind of lame and upsetting, but it is what it is. I'm used to it. So I gotta get we gotta go and get some of that stuff, and that sort of thing. And then there's like one in-person thing I wanted to get for my Nana. Yeah, I think that's it. I was also gonna get him alcohol for his for Christmas, since he drinks, my partner, he drinks quite a bit and he likes alcohol and all that, so I was gonna get him some like that stuff. I can't legally buy it, but I would be able to get a hold of it to give to him, because he can legally have it. So I was gonna do something like that, but the problem was I ran out of budget, and I really don't want to way overspend the budget like I did last year, since it sounds like he's not going to spend the full budget either this year like he did last year. So I don't know. I don't feel like putting above and beyond effort in if he's not even putting in the same or similar effort in any way. So I'm trying to kind of restrain myself a little, because there's still so many things I wanted to get him. Since a couple of the items I got him this year were really expensive, it made it so that I had to limit the number that I got, and so there was still a bunch of ideas I had that I was going to get him that I didn't get him. So I was like going to go past that budget. I was going to keep using the next couple of weeks of paychecks that I have to use for him, but then I'm like, I can't, he hasn't even, it's almost Christmas and he hasn't even spent half of the budget on me. I can't do that. I can't keep overspending like that when it's not reciprocated. So I don't know. I'll figure out what to do for the rest of stuff. I still have a bunch of books to read to hit my goal, and I probably won't hit my book reading goal, which it is what it is. This year has been really busy. Everything's kind of all over the place. I did get to see my friend yesterday, which was nice. I had to try chicken hearts, which sounds weird, I'm sure. It is kind of weird. My friend's from the South, and he's very much so from Southern United States, and he's very much so kind of a like hunt and eat, hunt and gather type of person, and he's very used to kind of odd foods and stuff, and loves most anything for food. And so because he wasn't having company over besides maybe me, he was just gonna cook stuff that he knew people wouldn't eat. So he made himself like chicken hearts that he fried up or whatever, in a batter, which, mind you, that the batter was really good. Like, he did season it really well, but for me it was like a texture thing. The texture made me want to gag, and I felt so bad because the food was genuinely good, but the texture I could not stand. So I only ended up having like a couple, and he had the rest. And I was like, dude, you haven't eaten all day. You worked a lot harder. You can have the food that you made for yourself. I don't need to eat your food. Even if it was something I really, really genuinely liked, I would say the same thing. So I was just telling him to kind of finish it off because he needed food. So it was cool though. He cooked and we chilled out and just kind of chatted about random stuff, and I hung out with his dog, and I kind of passed out on his couch a little here and there because my meds were kicking in of the late night, kind of my brain shutting off, because I started taking my meds at 5 a.m. now, or 5:30 in the morning now, roughly every day. By the time 6 or 7 o'clock at night hits, my brain wants to completely shut off. Like, I can barely keep my eyes open even if I'm driving, and I was already at his house at that point. So and then he had to take a shower, so I like was alone with the dog, and my brain just shut off. Like, I woke up and he was already done with the shower and sitting on his couch, and he's like, "Hey there, yes, you done sleeping yet?" And I was like, "Yeah, sorry." So we just talked about random stuff and chilled out, and watched one of the shows he watches, and he cooked for a while, and then I headed out at like 10 o'clock at night or so, to come back home, and then Nixie and I have been chilling out, and my partner's at work still. I don't know what I'm doing today. I think just kind of nothing, or very little things, since I'm bringing Nixie tomorrow to adventure and stuff. I don't think we have to bring her to Dad's today, since she'll get some energy out tomorrow. But yeah, that's the general update on things. Next week's gonna be a mess for streaming. Everything's gonna be extremely busy. I still have to figure out how on earth to be able to do pizza and presents with my grandfather at my mom's house that we normally do, because I don't have anyone that can watch Nixie. And I don't know, I know I can't bring her there for that thing. I mean, I can, but it's going to be a handful if I do. Since it's going to require, sorry, my throat's getting scratchy. It's going to require her being either inside with us, underfoot with my mom's dogs and other animals in the house, which will set her off really bad, so it'll be really hectic and stressful for everyone involved, especially since it'll also be strangers, since she hasn't met my grandfather and my grandma Kathy, so she'll also be barking at them and stressed about them. And then the only other option at my mom's is putting her out in the fenced-in area of the yard, which isn't a very sturdy fence, and I'm worried that she might get out or get too anxious. So, I don't know. She's fine with being fenced in at my dad's house, but that's usually with other dogs. Like, when she's at my dad's house, she's usually out with at least her sister, if not other dogs as well. But she can't be just out with her brother that's at my mom's house, because A, neither of them are fixed, and we don't want that to happen, and B, she doesn't get along with him nearly as well as she does her sister. I know her and her sister can be unsupervised and nothing bad will happen. Her and her brother, debatable. My mom's dog Zeke, that is her brother, absolutely loves to get in her space and tick Nixie off really bad, and he tends to push her boundaries, and she's kind of snapped at him a few times before, and they have had plenty of timeouts about it, and it wasn't a snap as in like she's going to hurt him, but it was a snap as in get out of my space, and he wasn't listening, so we had to give them a timeout to wait, and then once they were calmed down we could let them play again, which happens pretty often, and it's perfectly fine to do it that way, as long as we're fully monitoring and as long as they're getting timeouts when that happens, so that they are slowly connecting, oh wait, I don't get to play if I'm snapping at each other, or in her brother's case, I don't get to play if I'm being in her face and making her mad, which is exactly what the trainer recommended, and it's exactly how we handle it, and it's perfectly fine. There's never been any incident, so that's perfectly fine, but leaving them both unsupervised I don't think would go very well. I think they'd get in a fight. I don't think they'd hurt each other, but I think it might like scare Zeke a little, her brother. I think it might scare him a little if she snaps at him too much, and I think it might trigger her too much if she snaps at another dog too much, as far as like growling at them. She hasn't ever bit him, she just growls at him, so I wouldn't think it's a danger as far as biting. I just think it's a danger as far as it might stress them both out a little more than it should, and it's not really the safest idea if it's not like the last resort option. But I don't have anyone that can watch her here, so I don't know. Besides maybe my partner if he stayed home, but then he was seeming really pissed that he would have to stay home, so I don't know. Everything's like weird about that. So that'll be interesting next week to figure everything out. I also ordered the new couch, which is supposed to be here about the time Lou gets fixed, so that we can have the new couch set up. Nixie had another bath the other day on Monday, which she did fine with. She actually did much better with it. She's getting much better. She's really excited about getting in the tub. She's not so excited about the actual bath part. Like, she'll run up there and get in the tub, but then when she actually realizes what's happening, she's kind of like, oh, why did I do this? She's getting much better, though, and the next time I give her a bath will be when I have dog conditioner, so that her fur doesn't get too dried out by using just shampoo every week. So that it'll help her itching and help keep her clean, because she does need a bath pretty much every week with the fact that she's always running around and rolling around and stuff. She gets pretty dirty and a little stinky by a week. But I don't want to give her a bath every week without some sort of moisturizer being added back in for her skin and her coat, since she's already a pretty dry coat dog and we don't have very humid environment in the house, so it already kind of gets her a little itchy and dry skin, and I don't want to make it worse, so That's coming in eventually. It said originally it was supposed to be here on Monday, I think, so it timed pretty perfectly for when she needs another one. But I don't know, everything's a little wacky for shipping since it's close to Christmas. Like, even the Amazon Prime shipping is literally not arriving for a week at least, if not longer. It's a mess. I had to dig through so much stuff to make sure that all the Christmas stuff I wanted to get would be stuff that would come in time. But I don't know. She's currently... I'm tired. She's currently slouched across the couch, just kind of lounging. I still have some work to do, but most of it's been done for this week, so I don't know. I also don't know how I did a budget the way that I did, because I specifically put enough in my account for just the Christmas stuff. Like, I put in only like the amounts that I was allowed to spend for each category, and yet somehow I still had enough left over that I spent a little over 100 extra on some family gifts and stuff. So I don't know how I managed to budget that way, and I'm a little concerned. I mean, my savings is absolutely bone dry. I put 200 in my savings, and then I ended up using it for some extra stuff for Christmas for the pets when I was in the city on Monday. But yeah, Monday wasn't that bad. I know I didn't update you guys. I did go out with my mom that day. We went out to Applebee's and to a couple stores, and I got the dog and the cat a bunch of stuff for early Christmas presents / stocking up on their stuff. I got some good food from Applebee's that I ate, and then I stopped by my friends afterwards, and then I went home. And then today is just chill, I guess. I have to clean later quite a bit so that we make sure that the house is ready for inspection tomorrow. He has to help me with that a little as well, so that the house is all ready for inspection tomorrow. Hey baby girl, what's your matter? I love you. I love you. Pretty puppy. Pretty puppy. Pretty girl, you wanna come lay down? Hi baby. Hey, baby. What? What? Have a kiss? Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. What? Please don't stand on me. Thank you. Good girl. Oh, all the kisses. I know. Now I need all the kisses, huh? Hi. I don't need a wet willy. Nope. Yes, I know. It's such a rough puppy dog life. You're probably breathing directly into my microphone. Oh. Casual puppy dog breathing. Hi, baby. She's learning the command of "can I have a kiss," which is where I basically just kind of get close to her and she just licks my cheek or my nose. And it's the cutest thing ever. But I need to figure out more commands to teach her for tricks and stuff. She's learned quite a few. She knows, I don't know if I can count them off. She knows what: sit, lay down, stay, wait, come, look, paw, other paw, orbit, center, upstairs, go find dad, couch, bed. She knows roughly 15 commands, give or take. She probably knows a little over 15. Very, very well. Yeah, probably actually more so closer to 20, because I just remembered 3 others I didn't say, which would put it at 18. So she knows about 20 commands, give or take, very, very well, and she does well with it. I'm trying to figure out more trick commands and more commands to teach her so that she is still learning, because she loves learning new things. The last one that I taught her was dizzy, and then, actually no, the last one I taught her was like pretty, which is like the thing that my dad's dogs do, which is really cute, but she can't quite do it right, so she does it differently. And then, well, geez, I guess she's getting closer to 25, because that's 20 offhand plus kiss plus, yeah, she's getting closer to 25, so she's got 25 commands about, and she's almost a year old, so she's doing pretty good. She should already be in intermediate training and know quite a few more commands, but because of her reactivity, we have to kind of we had to kind of slow that down some. So she's doing much better. I kind of want to try to figure out what the commands are for intermediate and do some of those at home, since I can train her pretty easily from home. There was also a thing I wanted to pay for, that was a dog training database. So for example, when we bring her to training, we spend about $130 for a training class, which is about 6 weeks of classes, about 6 hours of classes, plus added resources, plus added support from the trainer. In fact, I just actually messaged the trainer and asked her for some extra support, even though I haven't been in a class for a while, because she's always usually pretty helpful and kind of upfront about giving extra stuff and helping me out. Oh, good boy. What? Good girl. Good girl. I know. I'm very surprised that you're being cuddly right now. You're not normally a cuddly pup. You just wanted some love. Good girl. But, yeah, she's normally pretty helpful about extra support and extra resources and stuff. Usually I can kind of just email her or message her and ask for some resources on something, or her advice on something, and she'll eventually answer me. It's easier to text her than email her. Emailing takes her like weeks to reply to. I text her and she answers within a couple days. So because I have to think about the concept of getting Nixie to be home alone, I had to message her and ask, like, hey, how would I handle crate training a dog that has separation and containment anxiety? Or should I find a different resource for it? Like, I know it's possible, I know I have to take it really slow, and I just don't want to cause more stress or cause more backwards progress if I try it on my own and fail. So I want to have a good starting point for the resources for it, because the last time we started trying to crate train Nixie was when we realized she has really bad containment anxiety, and dogs that have separation anxiety already have a much, much worse time being crate trained and being, like, contained. So it's added to the already containment anxiety, so it's just a lot for her to deal with. And I don't want to cause her reactivity to be worse. I don't want to cause her to be too stressed out. So I want to take it very slow and very carefully and make sure I'm doing it in the most healthy way possible for her mental state and, like, her anxiety. So that's where I kind of start turning towards, like, the trainer Beth, because normally I would find the resources on my own, but I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with that situation of being, like, just fully on my own. I want to have a little bit more information before I dive into a type of thing. And she answered, but she's recovering from being sick, so she said she'll get back to me with some support and resources and answers in a few days or so when she's feeling a little better and gets to go back to her job and all that. So I was like, yep, that's fine, and I'm waiting on that whenever. But she's really supportive and helpful, and I quite like most of the advice she's given, which is why my first instinct was just kind of asking her for some things. She's been really good with Nix. Nix actually was really, really responsive to her when we did training back in beginner training. So I quite like, and she's always worked with German Shepherds, so she's quite good with kind of adjusting to their behaviors and what Nixie's pattern of behaviors are. She did really good. I quite like her. She'll probably give me some resources on that soon. She's given me a bunch of resources before. I still have resources on muzzle training and stuff. I tried to do some more muzzle training progress with Nixie the other day, and I used too high value of a treat, so she was more so getting too overexcited and hyper and like food motivated instead of actually focusing on the task that she was trying to be taught. So she ended up just like getting really jumpy and pushy and bitey and kind of all over the place, so I had to take it from a pause. I had to pause and just kind of be like, nope, we're not doing it that way, let's restart from a better standpoint here, please. And did some other training that I know she'd succeed with and paused on that concept for now, so that I know I'm not causing any issues with that. So eventually I'll figure it out. Muzzle training we're just doing with the basket muzzle, but have an option for if we need to take her out going to barking or reduce the barking so that we can work on the stress itself or something like that. It's just a good tool, so I want her to be able to be comfortable with it. So it'll take a while. I also have to get her used to harnesses again. She hasn't been on harness in a very long time. There's just a bunch of things to work on with her little by little that I'm trying to figure out and remember to do. It's just really busy the time, so it's hard to keep up with it too. I already called our building manager and I was like, I know you know that my dog barks, like you've heard her bark, you've seen her bark, so I'm just going to bring her elsewhere for the apartment inspection tomorrow. Just so you know, like I'll leave a note about the other animals in the house and you can call me for anything, but I'm just not going to be home so that she can not bark at you and cause us all a headache, and cause her a lot of stress. And she was fine with it, because I just had to call her because I know she, or not necessarily she, but the other managers and the upper management might think that I'm trying to hide an animal by leaving and only leaving 2 out of 3 of my animals, but like I told her and like I've told management, there's no other animals in the house. You guys know that I have a dog. There's no way to hide a dog. Like I'm not I'm not at all trying to hide the dog. You've seen her, you've heard her, she's here all the time. I just need to not have her insanely stressed out for no reason. So here we go again. Relax. There's nothing to bark at. Stop. Shh, 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 shh. Relax. You're alright. Nixie, come here, babies. Quiet. Yes, good quiet. Good quiet. No rumbles. No. Yes, good quiet. Yes, good quiet. Good girl. This is how we're trying to work on training her out of her habit of barking, is working more so on a quiet than on a discipline, so that quiet becomes a rewarded command instead of just disciplining the noise, which is generally what you're supposed to do for dogs that bark. You're supposed to teach a bark and then a quiet command so that you can have both, and so that they listen to quiet quite well. I still haven't taught her a bark command because she usually is too up. She's usually barking when she's not supposed to, so I have to just kind of get the quiet down, not get the bark in. But eventually I'll teach her a speak or a bark command so that she can do either on command, so that I can also use the command for speak to let her let out some of that noise, because she's just a dog that really needs to bark sometimes. She needs to let that out. So that way if we have both, she can kind of have the outlet for both. She's just anxious at every noise. She thinks there's someone upstairs and there's not. I had to let her inspect every single room upstairs repeatedly to let her know that there is in fact no one in her house. She's currently over at the stairs looking up again because she thinks there is someone again. But she's just kind of on edge. She's trying to protect me. She always is trying to protect me, and she just doesn't realize that she doesn't have to protect me and there's nothing to be worried about. Which is where her and I are kind of creating that bond, and she's getting much better at barking for me because she's realizing that if I'm not worried about something, she's fine, and that I take care of her very well and like keep her safe. That's why she does better with baths, because usually to get her to calm down for baths, I just like let her rest her head on my knee, and I just kind of pet her head and tell her, like, talk to her a bunch and tell her that she's doing really good and that she's fine and I wouldn't hurt her and all that sort of thing, just kind of baby talking her. And that really calms her down and makes her realize, oh, I'm safe, I'm fine. And since we have experiences like that all the time, she realizes out and about when she's barking and I'm like, you're fine, it's alright. She's realizing, oh, it actually is alright if you're saying it's alright. Which is why her and I do much better with barking than like her and my partner, because my partner doesn't really do anything with her. Even simple things, like for example, I was trying to show her some of the commands that I taught her and some of the new things she was doing, and she genuinely was nervous to listen to me and wouldn't listen to me as well for commands when he was in the room, because he just doesn't work with her, and she's just so nervous and kind of unsure and trying to look to him for guidance and he's not giving any. Because like it's the alpha male type of situation where she knows he's usually the one in charge when he's home, so she tries to watch him when I'm telling her things, and then when he's not responding or not giving her any confirmation or anything, she's just like, I don't know. She's always had that issue though. She pretty often will look to the other person when one person's giving her a command. Like if he's asking her to do something, she'll usually wait until I tell her to, and if I'm asking her to do something, she'll usually wait until he tells her to. And then there's times she just doesn't listen to either of us. So, But the majority of the time she listens to me. She's actually gotten into a weird routine now where she won't get out of bed and go downstairs until I tell her to, and until I get up. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, I don't know if she got nervous of something or if something happened between him and her that made her not like the mornings or something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out, but she definitely does not like mornings with him anymore. She completely and utterly will not get out of bed until I get up, and she will not even, she struggles to even go to him for going outside in the morning like she normally does. Like, he'll grab the leash and everything and be like, come on, let's go, and she just like looks at him and stays hovering by me, and I have to guide her all the way over to him, and then she just kind of races out and goes to the bathroom and runs back in. So I don't know what happened with that. That usually means that something that triggered her happened when I wasn't aware of, when he was either getting her out of bed or bringing her outside in the morning. So I have to keep an eye on that and figure out what happened. I'm not sure. She's also just generally much more attached to me since we've had a lot more one-on-one time and a lot more training and bonding. So she's hitting her stage where she's getting a lot of different development because she's close to a year old, so she's getting a ton of development with her mental and her physical behavior and thoughts and intelligence. So she's kind of forming her bonds right now, and because of the fact that she's only really been around me and she's only really been doing good things with me, she's starting to kind of form that bond of preferring me in a lot of ways. She still is a daddy's girl, like 110%. She still will get all excited to see him, but the difference is she gets all excited to see him and then he doesn't want to like play with her, and he doesn't want to train her, and he doesn't want to spend time with her, versus she gets excited to see me, or she's home with me and I'm playing with her and training her and giving her time to run and giving her everything and then some for enrichment, and she enjoys being around me and everything, and we go on rides where we go places and it's a good time and she doesn't get in trouble or yelled at. So because of all those kind of little things building up, she definitely is beginning to kind of form that difference of attachment and difference of how she responds to both of us. So I don't know. It's definitely not something that would be permanent if he wanted to put effort into it, but he's kind of just letting it exist and saying, like, he'd rather just kind of complain about it than actually try to change it. So I'm fine with just letting it exist too, because I don't mind having a little bit closer of a bond with her, and I don't mind, because the more she trusts me and the more that we have a bond, the better it is for me to be able to train her, for me to be able to go places with her, all that sort of stuff. So it's making it a lot easier for life for us, since her and I are home on our own for 80 to 90% of the time of our lives. So yeah, I've probably been around her for, like, freaking 90% of her lifetime. I very rarely leave this house, and when I do, I usually leave with her. So she's pretty used to me just being there and just being used to kind of that presence, which is nice. It's nice to have a little companion. Oh, baby. As much as she does drive me nuts a little. It's definitely getting much easier, though, as much as I don't think so in the moment. It's getting much easier. She's not quite as much of a, kind of getting anxious about things, or getting annoyed about things, or barking, or misbehaving. She's doing much better. It doesn't always feel like it, because it doesn't ever feel like it in the moment, but she is doing a lot better than she was by miles on miles on miles. Like, even the simple fact of her and I being able to go in a car on our own, like, when I was talking to the trainer, she genuinely didn't believe it. Like, I was like, oh, it's really bad, but then I was like, oh, but we went on this trip the other day, and she's like, so you got her out in the car on your own with just you? And I was like, yeah, like, we went on a trip, but I was like, but she's doing all these other things, and she's like, you never even considered being able to go in a vehicle with just her when you are here for stress training and here for all those training groups. She's like, your biggest issue was that you could not do anything, and she's like, it may not be going out on your own, but it is progress, and it is way further than you thought she was going to get, because back when we were in stress training, that was something we didn't think was even a possible goal. That was something that was going to be a very much so in the future goal. So it's just kind of that reminder of she is making progress, and she's going to be all right eventually. It's just going to be very eventually. And it's just not easy to wait for something like that. It's not easy to have to sit and watch things happen that you don't want to happen, or sit and kind of deal with so much at once. So eventually we'll get through it. I do need to name all of these things again, since we had named them originally. And I gotta make this into netherite. So everything besides our silk axe, or actually we did make a silk axe. Is it maxed? Oh, we did, okay. So we have everything back then. We just need to slowly name them the way that we had them named before, and we'll be all set, which is going to cost a lot, I'm sure. This one I named when it was diamond, and it cost quite a bit, so. Yeah. It'll cost like 16 levels just to name each tool, which is going to take a while, so for now we'll deal with not doing that. But once I have the time to, I can get back to adding more to the village, finishing off that. I can get back to adding some new builds, finishing off the walls for the village, all of this stuff. The village is definitely a big project we need to finish. It just got put on hold because of how much happened at once with the whole dying to the void while trying to get XP thing. That wasn't exactly the best moment in time, and it wasn't exactly something that I could instantly recover from, so it's taken a while to get back to this point, but now that I'm back to this point, it'll be nice to add some more to this world and keep going again. We did have a villager that was trapped up here now, because I accidentally pushed him up the stairs, but I just adjusted by moving his bed up here and moving his cartography table up here, and now he's just permanently up there, so. Because I didn't think they could climb ladders, but evidently if you push against them on accident, they can. And I didn't know that until I accidentally pushed him up the entire ladder. And I thought he'd just come back down, and he didn't, so I had to adjust and kind of figure out a way to finagle all of his stuff up there and not push other villagers up in the meantime, because there was a bunch of villagers around me and they kept trying to also be pushed up the ladder. So he's just kind of vibing up there. He's just living his life. Oh, I didn't mean to use my flame sword, but it is what it is. I'm used to the only sword in my inventory being the one that I need for looting without flame, since we were doing that for so long. Do any of these guys want to trade for paper? Are they all disabled? No, this guy takes a stack. Oh, he already stopped too. This guy? No. This guy? No. You? No. You? No. No, 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 no. You're not taking my pickaxe. Not this one. Not this one. Alright, well. I guess they all decided they don't want to take any paper anymore. For now. Weird. Nixie, relax. Oh, this one wants to take paper, but he's a novice, so I don't know. That's smite. I don't really want smite. I guess I can break and replace this until I get a decent book for trade. Wait, is he not? I thought he was this one. Why didn't he disable his... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, he didn't lose his job and regain it, so it didn't change it. No thanks on Bane of Arthropods. She's gonna be barking a little in the background because there's noises outside. I don't really need Aqua Affinity. I don't really need most things, but I'm kind of curious what I can get. I guess I could keep a trade where I can give him emeralds for a bookshelf, since that might help with the library. Now it's like, oh, you want a bookshelf? Here, just have a bookshelf. I don't know. I don't know what the possible trades are. I don't think I need flame for anything. There's really not much I could need. There's not really much else I could need for possible trades. My dude, you took a cleric job. Hello, take this. No! Why did he just take a cleric job? And why did this guy just become a... Frustrating. Where's our new librarian that just took over the brand new job again? Where's the new librarian? This dude? Probably. Nope, that's the master. Why on earth did this... Oh, I wish I had fish on me. There's so many more villagers because of the fact that... Oh, hush, puppy. You're fine. I thought we had enough, so it was specifically for the ones we already had. Because we have 3, we have 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so then why was that guy taking that extra librarian spot then? Same thing with why he just took a cleric job when there's only one brewing stand in here. And the other cleric already existed. Yeah, why do we have a novice? Where's our regular cleric? Did our regular cleric die off or something? I hope not. That was a really good cleric, dude. Did he just die off? He might have, I guess. He might have gotten stuck somewhere. He shouldn't have. Because there was only one brewing stand. There really shouldn't be more than one that's taking the job. No, there is one right here, isn't he? Yeah, he's the main... No. Where's my main cleric, dude? What on earth? Did we lose a cleric? Did stuff spawn and kill him? No, there he is. Why did... No, he's not that. What the heck? Why did we lose a cleric? Did he get killed? I'm very confused. No, we didn't. He's right here. We have a master cleric right here. Why do we have a novice one there? I am so confused. We only have one brewing stand in the village. There's no way that more than one could use the same one. This is so confusing sometimes of a game. I don't know. Something is terribly wrong with how these villagers want to operate. I will gladly take some more leather. There's so many more villagers that we'll have to give jobs to because of the fact that we spawned in more from putting in so many beds. I will gladly take more leather. We'll probably do at least a few more Fletchers, since the Fletchers can trade for sticks, so we can just absolutely insanely trade to them all the time and get a bunch of emeralds. We'll have to get a few more Fletchers to do that. I also need to fish at some point to get some more things to trade and some more items like name tags and stuff. I did discover that I can name tag the villagers, which is good for figuring out what trades are what. Just around, especially for the librarians. I don't have to keep opening their trades to see what they are. But I definitely don't have enough to trade to do it that way. So it'll take a minute. I can make a few more, I guess I can make a few more fletching tables and then take a bunch of wood we have a lot of, maybe dark oak or spruce. Probably spruce. And then we can use that to trade for a bunch of XP and emeralds for a little bit. That might be useful. We need some XP for things, so we'll probably do it that way. Let's get a couple fletching tables. I'll do 4. And then let's take quite a bit of our spruce wood, since this is easy to get back, since we can just grow more tall spruce trees and get a ton of stacks back. And then let's take a couple, or make a couple beds, or take the stuff to make a couple beds in case we need more. In case we need more beds to be able to do this. Where's our flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll make the beds once I'm over there, since it'll take a lot of inventory space. Of course it's raining. Why wouldn't it be raining? Is it raining enough that I can sleep? No. Let me sleep. Ay ay ay. I am so tired. Yeah, we'll make 4 fletching tables. I don't know why, but my throat's really scratchy and sore, and I hope I'm not getting sick. It definitely feels like I'm getting sick, but I'm hoping it's just kind of surface level enough that I can just chug an absolute ton of vitamin C drinks over the next couple days and like a bunch of tea with honey and just kind of soothe my throat out and hope that it's fine. I already had a bunch of vitamin C this morning, and then some tea with lemon honey a little while ago. That sort of helped. Talking doesn't help, but I wanted to stream, so I'm going to talk. Let's hope that villagers will pick up on new stations if we put them over here. So we have to fit 4 more beds if we're going to. So we have 3 Fletchers and we have 3 beds. We have to fit 4 more fletching tables and 4 more beds if we're going to do it this way. So let's do 3 across the end here, and then we'll do no. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then let's make the crafting table and place it down so we have one nearby. And then let's make the beds and place them in here. And make yellow beds. Place them down and make the other 2 into yellow beds. 1. I think it's fine to do it that way. I think they'll just get in the beds anyways. Let's hope some of them take up these new job stations. We'll probably have to like push or boat more villagers over to get them to take these job stations. Honestly. You know what I'm curious about? Can I make bunk beds? Will they sleep in bunk beds if I make them bunk beds? Maybe. What if I do it like this? And do bed, 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 bed. Will that work? Good question. We'll have to find out. We need more of the villagers over here so that we can get them to take these jobs, though, is the problem. Because all the blank villagers are, like, over here and stuff. We could boat them around, I guess. Oh, there's a Fletcher that just took the job. Maybe they'll just take the job if they're in the area and they figure out there's a empty job station. If I push you in the direction of the Fletchers, will you just go take a Fletcher job? Please. I don't want to have to boat you all the way over there. Boating you is a pain in my butt. Look, there's fletching tables over here. You can have a free job. Free job. And I'll give you a ton of sticks, and you can give me a ton of emeralds. It's a nice trade, isn't it? Here, go take a free job. Go take a free job, please. Please. Go take a free job. Go take a free job. It looks like there's more that are taking the job. Go take a free job. Please. Please take a job. I also need to make one more stone cutter so that I can have one more stonemason to trade stone and nether quartz to. Take a job. Take a job. Look, there's jobs. Look, there's nice jobs right here. Right here. Look. Right here. There's beds and jobs right here. Look at that. There's nice jobs right over in this yonder direction. Right there. You're close enough to know they're there. Did everyone already take the jobs? It looks like it. There's quite a few guys wandering around. I think everyone already took the new jobs. There's what, 3? Yep, there's 1 new guy. Let's start on trading. Oh, I need to place 1 more bed. Anyways. Let's start trading. Everyone's at 32, so let's start. Whoops. And let's just put some of this away in the shulker while we're trading so we can actually trade enough at once. Put away some of the spruce stuff and then just do it this way. Let's max out the new guy first on how many sticks he'll take. There we go. Then let's max out this dude. There we go. And let's max out this dude. Right here. Oh geez, they're breeding and I'm casually trading with them. It's fine. Everything's fine. They're repopulating the Fletchers, I guess. I don't know. We maxed out these guys, I think. Oh, we didn't max out this guy yet. We maxed out these guys. Is there anyone that took up the upstairs ones? No? Probably. They're probably just standing outside. No. Nobody took the upstairs ones. We need some folk to take the upstairs ones. Where are the other adult villagers that want to take upstairs ones? No, not you. Come on. Adult villagers that have no job, over here. Any adult villagers that have no job? Where'd the one go that I was corralling over here? What'd he do? Just walk away? Probably. I was corralling one. They made more babies, but I don't want to wait for the babies to grow up just to have more Fletchers. There's a Fletcher. Did he wander all the way over here? No, he's just a new guy that decided to not go to his job station yet. Well, I'll max him out, I guess. I don't really care what their trades are, to be honest. If they trade for sticks, I'm fine. Yeah, for some reason we have a new Fletcher all the way over here that should be over at his job station. This is the guy I keep almost pushing up that ladder on accident. Baby villagers wandering around, but still no adult villagers that want to be Fletchers. You're already maxed. You're already maxed. You're already maxed. You're maxed. We still have extra Fletcher stations that aren't being used. I'm confused. What the heck? We lost. We don't have all our Fletchers that we're supposed to have. Well, I guess when they sleep we'll find out, because we can sleep through the night real quick, and then when we wake up everything should go to their job stations, so we should be able to find where they're supposed to be and where all of our guys that we got are. Well, I mean, we got over a stack of emeralds from one trading session. It's not awful. And that wasn't all the Fletchers that we'd have on a normal occasion of trading with them. Oh, maybe they're all coming to their job stations actually anyways. He's looking up, so he's one of the ones that has the upstairs station. You coming? You're one of the ones that have the upstairs station. You go up. Go ahead. Go to your station. We have 2 more stations with no villagers, so we might have to wait for villagers to grow up. We'll probably have to expand this more and add quite a few more beds as well. And then we'll have all the Fletchers we need, probably. That'll be plenty of Fletchers since we can get over a stack at any given point in time of emeralds. We need 1 more stonemason. We need probably a couple more farmers for when I get some big industrialized farms going. We need maybe 1 more leather worker. Probably not. I don't really need another leather worker. Just random stuff like that. We can have 1 more cleric, I guess, like the guy that turned into a cleric anyways. Yeah, we can let him exist since we probably will have enough rotten flesh to have trades with them once we are using our looting stuff on zombies more often. I don't know. Speaking of which, we'll probably actually hunt for the night since we should be able to stay awake for the night. Some more XP and some items. Probably go up on my tower and shoot everything. That's why I made this little tower up there, because when I stand off to the edge and shoot, I don't get as much of a spawn radius of things since I'm so far away from everything. So if I sit on that tower, I get pretty much every radius to spawn, and then I have much more mobs to pick off from high up than I would if I was just sitting on the ground a little ways away. Which is why that's a little setup that I did the other day. It was just kind of a way to try to streamline getting more XP and items in one night. Which I guess kind of is the same amount of effectiveness pretty much from just normal hunting. From what I could tell, it really didn't get me like an absolute ton more, but it also didn't particularly harm the rates, so I just didn't change. Oop. I was going to use my normal looting, because I get tired of the flame sometimes. Yeah, so let's go up here, I guess, and we'll figure out how to shoot everything from afar, which includes this little baby bugger. There we go. And these spiders that are going to climb right up to me anyways. Yep. That's what I thought. Climb right up to me and knock me off anyways. Spiders and skeletons are my main threat up here. Zombies and creepers really can come to me, but they're not going to particularly be bothered or be able to get me. Skeletons and spiders, however, not so nice. Wow, my aim is terrible today. I can't actually focus my aim. I'm just like zigzagging it around like, oh, that cow despawned right as I went to kill it. I have to zigzag it around like crazy and I'm still missing. Wow, that's bad. Bad. To be fair, I never claimed to be good at this game. I just play it and enjoy playing it. You don't have to be good to be enjoying the time playing it. Let's shoot in that direction and have that creeper or enderman get mad at me. If I really wanted to, I could probably use this for that achievement of shooting a skeleton from really far away. Wow. Again, I cannot, I cannot shoot worth anything today. I don't mind being out when phantoms are out when I have my good bow, because I can get quite a bit of phantom membrane since I one-shot them with the bow when they're on their way to kill me. But I don't particularly like them, and I don't need phantom membrane, because I really don't think I see myself using the elytra at any time soon, if at all. I'm not good with elytra. It's quite dangerous for me to try them. The very few times I have used them has either been in creative mode or where I die because of doing stupid things with them, so pretty much not the best option for me. I'd vastly prefer traveling literally any other way over elytra. I know everyone prefers them in this version for whatever reason, because they're cool to travel with, but I'm not good with them. My phone's going off and I didn't turn my sound on, so I haven't realized that it's been going off this whole time. Everything's gonna start despawning, so I'm gonna have to go down and start picking stuff up. Instead of staying up here to shoot at things. Let's go collect everything before it starts despawning on me. We started at level 24 tonight. Let's see where we end up. Let's shoot these guys. Because I can always use some more leather. Let's see where we end up. The only problem with bowing things is I don't keep track of how long it takes for things to despawn when I'm shooting. So then by the time I get down to pick up most of the things, a lot of them have started to despawn. Like we just watched a couple pieces of XP disappear in the corner of my vision. And all of the items start to despawn and stuff because it's been so long since I collected them, since I haven't kept up with the timer on them to be able to collect them in time. So that's like a never-ending battle with this bowing method. But it works alright. We get the majority of the XP in items, and we get a lot more kills off than we would if we were just on the ground, so it ends up kind of evening out. We get enough that it evens out to very similar, if not a little better, than being on the ground running around after things. And it's a lot safer to be up in the air than it is to be on the ground running around trying to battle everything, so I take the equivalent. I'm fine with the equivalent or slightly lesser equivalent in order to not waste as much food and as much dying opportunities trying to be down here fighting things. And then there's cases like that Enderman where it's actually really good to be up high because we don't have to deal with being targeted by things that can't get to me since I'm on one block. We've got to drop some things into the abyss before we keep fighting things. We're running out of inventory space. The only annoying part is that things don't pick up the way that they're supposed to a lot of times, and it's really irritating. Oh. So we started at level 25 and about level 28 from that little hunt. First part of the night of just going. Not bad, not bad. Could be better, could be worse. I will definitely take it. And we got probably almost a stack, if not almost 2 stacks of leather, since, not leather, rotten flesh, since we have rotten flesh in our main hotbar right now, which means it's either our first or second stack. This is also really good for the end of the night because we can get a good position to shoot off pretty much everything that's left around us before it despawns or burns. We'll take that cow. Alright, there we go. We got everything, so let's go collect it all. Looks like we'll hit roughly level 29, if not a little below, which isn't the worst for a full night of hunting without super max effort for getting XP. I'm not really particularly try-harding for any XP or items. I'm just trying to get what I can. And I'm leaving quite a bit behind, as you guys can see, because I don't feel like walking really slowly around to get everything. I'm just kind of sprinting around, so I pick up what I pick up, and then some of it just kind of sits there. I don't need another healing potion. I honestly don't need another fire res potion either. So yeah, we got 58 rotten flesh. Not bad. I really want to call it leather for some reason today. I don't know why. Oh shoot, I gotta bring the dog out. She's so asleep I didn't even realize it's time. She's just lounging somewhere around here. I didn't even notice. Where is she? I don't even know where she went. She's probably laying over by the door right now, to be honest. She probably was laying there waiting for me to bring her and then just decided to fall asleep. Pretty likely option. We're much better on leather again instead of really far behind on it like we were from making all of our bookshelves for our future library project. I need to also mine out the farm and trade that with the villagers since I haven't in ages. I also need to go mining with the silk touch pick and just get a bunch more stone since we pretty much ran really low on stone. We're still good on cobble. Probably get some more diorite as well since that's good for trading with the villager. Do we make a silk axe? I mean a silk shovel? I think we did. Yeah, silk touch and then fortune. And then we have silk touch, fortune, fortune. Yeah, we did good. We maxed everything that we wanted to have that we had originally, so much better standing than we were. I am going to get off. I have to bring the dog out, and then I probably have to start getting ready to get cleaning and get some stuff done for the inspection tomorrow. So yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I will see you guys next time, which will probably be our scheduled Friday since I'll be out tomorrow. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a good day. I'll see you next time. Bye.